What's up, guys? The monthly candles are in. Time to do some high level review of all the stocks, some Mag 7, crypto. We're going to go through the sectors as well. So let's jump right in. For SPY, monthly chart looks good. You can see 2021 resistance to the 24 breakout and the 2025 retest, showing some strength here, overwhelming buying pressure. MACD did flip red though, so I do think we have some chop. We might end up actually retesting these 48 lows. We'll see how everything plays out. The market's still highly uncertain. Jump to QQQ. We're going to see relatively the same thing on the monthly chart. Yep, almost exact chart pattern. Weekly, we can see some buying pressure taking over and kind of getting into this prior support resistance range. And we will see if we hold or break out next month. MACD on the weekly is looking good though. Hopefully, we end up crossing over and flipping to a bullish regime. Bitcoin. Monthly Bitcoin looks relatively good. It's definitely range bound between 75 and 95 right now. We are in the upper quartile of that range though. We go to the weekly chart, see this U-shaped pattern forming after the base breakout. Do this, do that, and then maybe even a little bit of this. But let's remove all of those. Just do the straight base breakout. Right. So if we end up breaking above these all-time highs, I do think 155 is in the books. Eventually 261 would be the full 400% move. MACD's looking good on the weekly, turning, we have that coil. So most likely if we cross above zero, we will see some additional bullish price action. My assumption is we go hit these 100Ks and retest lower. Jumping into the Mag 7, start with Tesla. Just had earnings. MACD is looking well, even though they did double miss earnings, I believe. Uh, Price action is green on the weekly, it's green on the daily as well, overwhelmingly bullish. And the monthly chart is looking good as well. I think we will see potentially this 300, maybe 350 retest in Tesla. You can see some really strong weekly buying pressure here as that continues forward. Looking at Apple monthly, chart looking relatively good. We did come and form a new support range, which is best case scenario. Now we know where there is price memory. And we will see if this ends up breaking down, but I would suspect Apple to most likely be green as earnings are coming through. And if anything, we would retest this 200 range first and probably chop around there before. Let's jump to Amazon. Amazon monthly, very similar. Game almost touched this 155 prior support range. We are in the 184 to 200 range right now, which I think is a good location to be at. We are currently, look at that, currently rejecting it. We'll see if that stays. Daily candle isn't looking the best, but this could be a retest of this 178 resistance, and hopefully we see higher. Earnings are tomorrow. Awesome. Google. Google monthly chart, I like a lot. I think there's a lot to like in the Google, especially with Microsoft earnings doing well. I think we're going to see some sympathy. I don't think Google's search is going anywhere. The ad business is strong and you cannot tariff the internet. So, that being said, I am going to most likely be bullish on Google here. Earnings went well. And I would like us to be above that 169 though, 170 range for me to really want to be involved again. Until then, I think we chop between 170 and 140. And I'm just not willing to hold through that. Meta. move this drawing. Meta, similar chart to Google, came and retested these lows 2024, showing some monthly strength. Sorry about that. It was on the weekly. But yeah, still applies. Undercut 500, broke above, holding 500, about to touch the 550 range. If we hold that, I think all is clear for Meta. I do believe earnings came out and they are doing well right now, as well as Microsoft. So Microsoft before earnings was 395. I'd have to look at what the current price is after hours, but I know it is ripping on a double beat of earnings and a raise of guidance. I think Meta's in a similar boat. They're going to be spending more on capex, and based off of Mag 7 spend, it doesn't sound like a recession or fears of recession are near. Jumping to Nvidia, this chart is showing some strength above 95, which is good. I think it was probably a healthy pullback for semiconductors overall. It came, retested these levels, undercut them a little bit, broke above, and now we're holding. I think if as long as we hold these levels and continue to chop under 115, time will be needed for Nvidia to go reach all-time highs again. But overall, don't hate it. Just think it needs some time to break out of this range. Let's get to the daily to look a little closely. Yeah, see, it just keeps forming lower lows. I don't like that. I would like 115 or above, something to close up on 115, then break below like 110, retest, and then enter would be something I would be looking for. So definitely on the watch list, but no position yet. Look at ARC. So the famous money destroyer, Cathie Wood. Gotta love it. This has shown some strength though. Ironically, this is a higher low, higher low, higher low. So that being said, zoom in, showing some V-shape recovery here. MACD's looking good. If we continue to, if we break above this 54 indecision candle here, I do think we could probably see maybe 70s again, but this absolutely needs some time. This is a risk on indicator, in my opinion. So if we continue to show strength, ARC may be something to look at, or the ARC names. Let's just do a quick. So Tesla, PLTR, Coinbase, Roku, Roblox, TEM, all in Hood, Shopify, Archer, all CRISPR, all good names for risk on plays. Absolutely, especially with Tempest AI and Hood is going crazy as well right now. Coin will probably be a sympathy play as well if Bitcoin continues to go higher. That's all I have. Thank you.